breaking news here on Texans Today, as we knew that there would probably be a suspension from that hit Azeez Al-Shaair made on Trevor Lawrence this past Sunday. The NFL finally came down. They have their ruling now. Per Adam Schefter, Azeez Al-Shaair going to be suspended 3 games. The Texans' next 3 games, which are a pivotal 3. You play the Dolphins, you play the Chiefs, you play the Ravens. Azeez Al-Shaair will not be playing in any of those games for the Houston Texans. And it's been a point of controversy since the hit this past Sunday. Everybody's been analyzing the film, dissecting it. Everybody's been looking at it saying, oh no, Trevor Lawrence took a couple extra steps, or oh no, Azeez Al-Shaair, he's a headhunter, this is what he does, and look how dirty it is. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think there's a point of gray. I think, yes, the hit was unwarranted by Azeez Al-Shaair, but do I think he's as dirty as a player as the NFL and everybody on Twitter makes him out to be? No, not at all. And I mean, no matter what shoes he's wearing, no matter what he's got going on, everything that I've heard about him from every player, coach, anybody that's worked with him in the past has been nothing but good remarks. DeMeco Ryans, made him a captain. The team made him a captain for a reason. So I do think the NFL's decision to give him a 3-game suspension, I'll give my thoughts on it in just a second. I want to hear from you though first. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you think a 3-game suspension is fair for Azeez Al-Shaair? Give me your reasoning, yes or no, down in the comment section. I'm going to give you my answer in just a second. I want to hear from you though first. I'll be looking. Go down there and let me know your thoughts. I saw it coming. I knew it would probably be a 2 or 3 game suspension for Azeez Al-Shaair, but I think, the analyzing of like little ticky-tack personal fouls that he had in the past. I saw the Tom Brady where he choked Tom Brady. I don't really think that was all that, but I thought he got ejected from that game already. A 1 or 2 game suspension and a fine would suffice, but I think the NFL they're trying to make a point out of Azeez Al-Shaair. They're trying to protect their quarterbacks. I mean, we've already seen what's happened with Tua Tagovailoa in Miami. And you have another Florida quarterback in Trevor Lawrence who just got paid. It's supposed to be the face of a franchise. The NFL is going to crack down, and they want to make their point that you don't hit quarterbacks. If it's a Patrick Mahomes, if it's a Josh Allen, Texans fans, maybe a good thing if it's a CJ Stroud, you're not allowed to hit those guys. You're not allowed to be mean to those guys because that's what drives our business. So I think they're making a point out of it. This also coming in from Adam Schefter. I'm just going to read you verbatim what NFL Vice President of Football Operations Jon Runyan said for the suspension for Azeez Al-Shaair. This is per Adam Schefter. He said, during your game against the Jacksonville Jaguars on December 1st, with 4:20 remaining in the second quarter, nice, you were involved in a play that the league considers unacceptable and a serious violation of the playing rules. Video shows you striking the head-neck area of Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence after he clearly goes down in a feet-first slide. You led with your forearm and helmet and delivered a forceful blow to the head-neck area of your opponent when you had time and space to avoid such contact. After the illegal hit, you proceeded to engage in a brawl, which you escalated when you pulled an opponent down to the ground by his face mask. After the referees announced that you were disqualified for the hit and your unsportsmanlike acts, you removed your helmet and re-engaged with your opponent while walking down and across the field, which started another physical confrontation near the end zone. Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling and does not reflect the core values of the NFL. Your continued disregard for NFL playing rules puts the health and safety of both you and your opponents in jeopardy and will not be tolerated. That is from Jon Runyan, NFL Vice President of Football Operations. I called it. I knew it. It's not the hit, guys. It wasn't the hit is the reason why he got the 3 games. It was said clearly in that statement by Jon Runyan in that it was everything that happened after that. And I know, people are going to say, and I somewhat agree, you're getting attacked by 15 opposing players of the other team, right or wrong because they're defending their quarterback. of course, emotions are going to run high, but the hit on Trevor Lawrence, that was going to get you a suspension of a game or two. But everything that happened afterwards and the engaging with the fans and the, having to be held back by 15 people, that's why the NFL suspended him for 3 games. They want to make a point. They want to make a, move on NFL players saying this is not going to be accepted or tolerated. We are not going to allow any fights. And I know it's, completely different, ball game there, but this past weekend in college football, what did we see? We saw like umpteen fights. It was rivalry weekend. Every single team got into a fight. And I know that's college football and this is the NFL, but it's still football. College football is what leads into the NFL. And I think fighting on the field and having skirmishes like that, like where it's, both sides kind of benches clearing brawl type situation, the NFL wants to nip that in the bud. They're saying no. I'll get into what the Texans can expect the next 3 weeks and why we might have some good news on the horizon. Maybe some good news. But first, got to tell you about the sponsor of today's program, and that is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app out there with over 5 million active members. All you got to do, pick more, pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action, become part of the Prize Picks community today, and let's see what Prize Picks has to offer right now. I'm heading over to the website right now. I know they usually offer a Taco Tuesday discount where they discount player projections up to 25%. They run, deals like that all the time. Let's see what we're going with. We got basketball. Okay, maybe a little Victor Wembanyama. 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists, more or less. I'm not mad at it. NFL, I know they've got Saquon Barkley, 105.5 rush yards, more or less. And all you do is you put 2 to 6 player stat projections just like that together. You make your lineup, and you can win real money. All you got to do, go download the PrizePicks app. I put it in the comment section and description of today's video. Use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS, $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Okay, so let's talk about why this could be some good news for the Texans in that we're supposed to be seeing Christian Harris. I mean, it's been the biggest question mark around this Texans team since the start of the season is when is Christian Harris going to come back? He was on short-term IR, could have come back in week 5. He was only supposed to be out for the first 4 weeks of the season. And then it was like, oh, no, he's still rehabbing. No, he's still rehabbing. No, he's still got a way to go. And I remember in the preseason that he was coming to a training camp practice and he was coming off an injury and he had just talked to Aaron Wilson. He was working out in the sand pits. He was looking good. And he was, he had that calf injury. He had that, lower leg injury, the soft tissue. And he came back to practice and then halfway through he dipped. Something happened. He re-aggravated it. He re-injured it. And I don't know if we knew the severity of that re-injury of whatever he did. It was obviously significant because it's, week 14, and we still haven't seen him. But if all the reports are true, we will be seeing Christian Harris back in week 15 up against the Dolphins. So you replace a starter with another guy who was supposed to be your starter at the beginning of the season. I have no idea what shape Christian Harris is in. I don't know how he's going to look on the football field or if he's truly, I hope he's truly ready. He's been out for 14 weeks. I hope he's ready. I hope he looks good, and I hope he's healthy and ready to go. It's also good. Henry To'o has been playing very well for you, and I was actually wondering what the Texans were going to do when Christian Harris did come back, if they were possibly going to, implement a, 3 linebacker set, because for the most part, the Texans have been running a lot of 2 linebacker with just Azeez Al-Shaair and Henry To'o, and then they have Jalen Petrie has been in that, star special slot nickel role that the Texans have been running. Petrie's out. So they've kind of played Jimmy Ward there more and then put Eric Murray on the back end. But I was wondering if they were going to run more, base 4-3 and, run more of that base offense. But now with the kind of moves that have been made, I really do think that they're just going to kind of keep that same offense or keep that same defense, and put Jimmy Ward where Jalen Petrie was supposed to be. And Jalen Petrie, he's going to be out for multiple weeks, so he's already been out for a week. So hopefully we can maybe see him against the Ravens. I don't know if Chiefs Ravens. I don't think with his injury he would go back to back like that. So I would say earliest we would see him probably the Ravens, but maybe expect him last game against the Titans. Or maybe just the playoffs. I'm not even sure. But you put Jimmy Ward in that spot, and then you put Christian Harris in that other spot over there. And depending on his conditioning and how he's looking, you also have Neville Hewitt, who has stepped in and been decent at the linebacker spot. He's a really good special teamer for you, and a spot starter, can step in, is good in spurts. I mean, hey, I say that, but you got the pick at the start of the Green Bay Packers game. Neville Hewitt, shout out to him. But I think the Texans are in a decent spot with the suspension to Azeez Al-Shaair. Obviously, you don't want to see it. You don't want to, see one of your players go out. And obviously, on the back end of all this, the back storyline of this is the hit on Trevor Lawrence. And hopefully Trevor Lawrence is doing better. I know, thoughts and prayers out to him and his family. He posted on social media that he's doing much better. So at the crux of this, it sucks. You're going to lose Aziz Al-Shaair for 3 games. But silver lining, should get Christian Harris back. Should be okay at the linebacker spot. 3 pivotal games coming up, though. It does suck because the next 3 games are the biggest games of the Texans season, and it's not even close. You have Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens. You got to win one of them. You got to win one of those games. I mean, ideally, you win all 3. But if you can get out with 2 wins in that 3 games, I mean, that'll be huge for this Texans team. But you gotta lock in. You gotta strap up. Christian Harris and once again Aziz Al-Shaair. He is suspended for the next 3 games per the NFL and Adam Schefter reporting it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm about to head back into the office. Just have to make you a quick video as soon as I woke up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you made it to the end of the video, hey, I'm doing something right. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 22,000 subscribers. We're doing, live watch parties every single weekend, daily videos around the Texans. So hit that sub button and join me as I come out with videos almost every single day this week and into my watch party this weekend.